there. So you might notice that my hair looks a bit more wonky than what it normally does when I start out these videos. And that's because I am on day 3 here, and I thought this would be a great day to make a couple of videos. I did just make a video about scalp care in between wash days, and it should be one that went up before this one, so I'll link it down below if you want to check that one out. But in this video, what I'm going to be doing is refreshing my hair with Innersense. I did have somebody request that, so that's what we're doing today. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel, I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So now Innersense is a brand that I did a review on, and I did a full wash day review. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a card up here so you can go ahead and check that out, or a link down below if you want to check it out. But I did, when I washed my hair, I didn't use the Innersense shampoo and conditioner, although I do use those still. I'm not a person who likes to do one brand wash days in general. I like to mix and match. So for this wash day, I used probably my most favorite and most used combo, which for right now is Verb Ghost Shampoo, and then my Wavy Curl Quenching Moisturizing Conditioner. And then for my leave-in conditioner, I used the Innersense Sweet Spirit leave-in conditioner. For the curl cream, I used the Quiet Calm Curl Control Cream or Balm or something like that. And for my gel, I used the I Create Hold gel from Innersense. So I used pretty much all of their stylers, or at least the ones that I have. And I love that combination, and it leaves my hair feeling really great. But, you know, we're looking at day 3. We've got a lot of frizz going on, and we've got some wonky curls. So let's see if we can make an improvement. Now, I know I've said on multiple videos that I am not a person who likes to do a whole lot of refreshing. I much prefer to put in all of my effort on wash day and find some products that get me through 3 days where I really don't have to refresh, and all I have to do is just kind of shake and fluff my hair and go. And actually, I mean, this isn't bad for day 3, and I would 100% walk out of the house looking like this. And in fact, I did this morning. I went grocery shopping, and I didn't refresh my hair before I went, so I don't have a problem with this. But anybody who might want to kind of get some of these curls back under control and get some of the frizz back under control, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So one of my favorite ways, if I'm going to refresh, is to use leave-in conditioners that come in a spray bottle. And you can certainly mix your own conditioner with water and use that. The thing with that you have to be careful about is that mix up a small batch so that it doesn't go bad, because once you've mixed your conditioner in with that water, then you've introduced it to bacteria and the air and all that kind of stuff, and you could grow some weird things in there. So I would mix up a small amount that you're going to use right away. Otherwise, use like a leave-in conditioner that already comes in a spray bottle, like this one does, or like the Briogeo one, the Farewell Frizz. That's another one that would work really well for something like this. So with refreshing with these types of spray and leave-in conditioners, I still don't spray it in my hair. One of my favorite things to do with most spray-in things is to put it in my hand first. So I'm just gonna do that. And because it's so liquidy because of it being a spray, but it's got slight creaminess to it, it's got enough moisture to it to kind of re-wet your hair a little bit. And because of the actual leave-in ingredients, it's going to help smooth some of that frizz down. So it's perfect for doing something like this. And it, like I said, it is one of my favorite ways to refresh if I'm going to do a refresh. Plus the other thing is that it also, you know, kind of improves the smell of your hair, because, you know, your hair can pick up all kinds of weird smells from outside or in your house if you're cooking or whatever. So this helps with that. Just smoothing it over the top just to help get rid of the frizz is definitely one way to go. And then you can kind of work it into your ends and scrunch it into your ends to help bring some moisture back into your hair if it's kind of lost it a little bit, and kind of helps bring some of those curls back up. So I would just continue doing this, smoothing it over and scrunching it in. And kind of do the same thing right over here on this side. Smooth it over, scrunch it in, make sure you get the back. And that just kind of dampens up your hair enough to help some of those curls that kind of got stretched out and loosened up to start to revert back to their original state. And then now if you've got some more stubborn areas or some weird spots that are not looking so great, so like up in the front, you might want to pay a little bit more attention to stuff that's going up here. So I already put some of the leave-in conditioner up here. There's just a little bit, but it wasn't enough for that one little piece that was kind of hanging out. So I just like to grab the little offending piece and maybe its neighbors so that we can kind of improve everybody up here. And once you've got the spot isolated that you want to work on, I would spray some water into my hand. I'm kind of getting it everywhere. And then put in a very tiny amount of gel. That was probably about a pea size amount. And then emulsify it really well in your hands. And I didn't rinse off my hands in between using the leave-in conditioner and doing this. So there is still a little bit of the leave-in conditioner also in my hands that now has gotten emulsified with the gel and the water. And then you would just go through and smooth it and finger coil it just like I did. And then you can give it a bit of a scrunch. And there you can see that one little piece that was hanging out is now back happily with the rest of its family. And we've got some more defined curls that show up right there. And I would just repeat that wherever you need it. So like here is another spot where I've got some kind of straightened out pieces that we can certainly try to improve. Do the same thing, spray a little bit of water on your hand, a very small amount of the gel, mix the two together, and then finger coil it. And now this one kind of goes in this direction, so we're gonna do that. This isn't going to pop up a whole lot on my hair right here because this is not a very curly section of my hair. So finger coiling doesn't always magically fix and work these areas just because, like I said, it's just not a very curly area to begin with. So I'll finger coil it and I'll scrunch it. And scrunching it will kind of cause it to break further apart into different curl clumps than what I put it in. And that's fine. It's doing so according to how it curls, and I'm not going to fight it. So I'm just gonna let that sit there and dry. And now because I don't get my hair very wet, I tend to not use a diffuser to dry it because I find that that just creates more frizz, unless of course I dry it on extremely low and cool temperatures. But because it's not very wet to begin with, by the time I get my diffuser out and get set up and do it, I'm pretty much almost dry as it is. So I tend to let my hair air dry and let those curls kind of form on their own, because you can see down here, like these are starting to form into some nice solid curl clumps. So once all of that is dried completely, then I put in a pump of my Verb Ghost Oil and I apply it the way I normally do, where I just smooth over the top, which is going to help seal everything that I just did in and help keep some of the frizz down. And then after I smooth everything in, I start to scrunch to kind of get my hair to fluff back up a bit so that it's not just completely flat to my head like it was there for a minute. And I even flip my head upside down and scrunch. And you can either stop here or you can go in and do a little bit of a shake to get some volume back into your hair. And as you can see, that gave me a lot more volume. It did kind of kick up just a ton of frizz, so just so you know that if you want to go for volume like this and you want to give yourself a bit of a root shake, you're going to get a little bit more frizz, but it's nothing like what I had to start with, and I do like volume, so I'm completely fine with the frizz that I've got going on. Like I said, I left the house and went grocery shopping with my hair the way that it looked before, so I don't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with what it looked like then, but I really like how it turned out as well. And as far as defining each one of the curls go, you can do it the way that I did with the gel and the water, or you can also do the same thing with the leave-in conditioner and that would help as well. It kind of depends on your hair and your preference. I like using gel to kind of define it a little bit better because it just helps to mold it back into its curl clumps and helps to keep it there. But this would work equally well. And then, like I said, this adds some moisture back into your hair, not just moisture as in, you know, helping your hair to be a little less dry while you're going from wash day to wash day, but also moisture to help reactivate the products that are already in your hair. And especially with the Innersense ones, they're very easily reactivated with just a small amount of water or, you know, dampness to them. So something like this is absolutely perfect for refreshing the hair. And like you saw when I smoothed it in over the top, it really helped immediately with all of that frizz along the top. So that is my preferred method for refreshing my hair in general, but how I specifically like doing it with the Innersense products. I think this is a great way to refresh. Or the other way is you can also use the gel and the water and mix them together, emulsify on your hands like I did when I went and defined each individual curl. But you can also do that to smooth over the top and help hold it in place, especially if you live in a more humid climate. That might be something that works a little bit better for you, to add just a touch more gel to really help fight the humidity. But either one works really great, and that is what I would do and how I refresh with Innersense if I do a refresh, which I'm not gonna lie, doesn't happen very often because most of the time I can get to day 3 hair with perfectly acceptable hair, and I'm totally fine with just shaking it and walking out the door. I don't mind having some frizz. It gives me some great volume, and I just rock it as a look and call it a day. And then as far as beyond day 3, I don't worry about refreshing beyond day 3 unless I need to look good for something specific. But for the most part, after day 3, I usually just put my hair up some sort of way in a ponytail or half up, half down. So I don't really worry about refreshing it then either. But for those of you who do like to refresh, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell while you're at it so you know when I upload. And if you have any questions or any comments, or if there's anything that you'd like to see, please leave those down below in my comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.